Hello, everybody, and welcome to your weekly energy forecast for the soul, right? Your soul's expression for this week. So, this week you're with Bran and Jess.
Hi.
Hey, Jess, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so this is for the week of September 28th till October 4th. And as always, this is from a soul's perspective, and energy and time is quantum. So whenever you see this video, it is for you, though we will discuss a bit of what's happening this week in the astrology and how that can really help your direction and for you to gain more clarity as you navigate these energies. So, how are you feeling, Jess? We're going to start with that, I think, this week. Just have a little conversation about how we're like personally feeling, how that may show up for you guys, the listener. And oh, yeah, before I forget, if you like this type of content, hit subscribe or like or share it. It really helps us get the message out there.
Yeah. I feel like just for me personally, I'm in the midst of a lot of change, and a lot to do. I feel like there's just a lot to do. And I know we kind of already talked about this, but just like finding the balance, like juggling it all. That's kind of how I'm feeling. Like, okay, how am I gonna juggle all this? That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I can relate, and I feel that when we look at the astrology and this week, but last week the sun entered Libra. We had our Libra new moon on Sunday on the 25th of September, I believe. And so now we are in the waxing phase of the moon as she will grow bigger and bigger and come into her full manifestation for the Aries new moon that we're going to have in over a week from now. But before that, she's going to have her first quarter square in Capricorn. So yeah, I'm feeling too like there is that need to juggle a lot and to balance out, because like Libra seeks balance. It's out of balance and there's a lot of opposing energies, right? And it's where we learn to really distinguish our needs. And actually, that's part of something I wanted to talk about this for this week's energy is we have Venus entering Libra on the 29th, which is tomorrow. And she is in her home sign here, meaning the energy is going to be amplified even more around really balancing our own personal needs, but also the needs of the other. And I know you can relate to that just right now, because I know like your kids and all that, there's just a lot going on with that. So, well, not a lot going on. I just mean like they're home, and yeah, it's just this balancing act this week. So if anybody else is feeling that, just let us know in the comments. We love to hear from you and we love to connect with you that way as well. So yes, this idea of seeking balance, and I pulled us a card here for this week from the tarot card, and here's what came up: the moon. The moon, and it just makes me feel with what every like having so much to balance out and to figure out, and there's just lots to do and find a way to tend to our own needs, the needs of others. And I feel that the moon is coming in here and saying, yeah, there might be parts of that direction and the way we're moving that we might feel in the dark about how we're moving forward right now. In a way, it might not all be clear. How are you sensing that, Jess?
Yeah, yeah, because I know this past week I've said too, I keep feeling like every day's like one day at a time. And yeah, like I am starting to sense like some other changes. But it's like it feels unknown because I'm like, I don't know what it is. And I get like this once in a while because I just feel like when something's gonna shift or change, but sometimes like I have no idea what it is. And it feels like kind of exciting, but also unknown because I'm always like, is it good or bad? Like, and I know everything is to help us, but
Yeah.
of course there's that part of me that's like, oh. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I've been feeling that way a lot the last couple days, especially. So
Yeah, I've also been feeling for us this week as we prepare. Like I feel this Libra season is really preparing us for all the change. Like I've been saying it. Our TikTok handles are below here if ever you want to go check that out because we do put out content there as well. And I've been feeling that change, and Jess and I have been discussing that change is coming. I'm also feeling that tingle of excitement because I can't really put my finger on it yet, but I
yeah.
can feel my energy shifting from within. And when our energies shift from within, we're not sometimes the physical with the moon here too, like the physical manifestation as the moon represents manifestation as she comes because it's full here. That's why I'm saying that, but it lags. So we keep on having to trust here. I feel like we're always like this sense of having to trust, having to keep the faith going one day at a time, not always seeing so clearly. And I feel that we're being really asked to tap into our intuition as well, right? This week, as to really feel into um, the next direction, or what's coming up is that we're learning how to navigate through the unknown, basically, right?
Hmm.
One step at a time. Good news, we have Mercury that it's still retrograding, but it will be turning direct soon. And so we're going to have the last of that this week. And it is still in Virgo, kind of catching up with a few details that we might have missed. Okay. So we take this as a gift because it's like, all right, it's still giving us that time to come in within ourselves and kind of gather that last bit of information before it goes direct on October 2nd. So that's good news this week with Mercury going direct. So we're going to feel that momentum shift, and Mercury and Venus are kind of working together. Actually, they're going to have a conjunction. They're going to come together. And I feel that is happening is that Mercury is going to come in with the details and it's going to communicate it to Virgo. Okay. And that will help us come into knowing more of what we need to move forward in this change. And a lot can be coming up because we're also sensing a big Saturn Uranus, the last square of this ongoing squares that it's been having since 2021. And this has been the past and the future coming to in confrontation. So wherever you've been feeling that in your own life, I mean, we see it as a collective level that the past is holding on so tightly, and Uranus wants the future and it wants new and it wants to liberate itself. So where have you been feeling? Let's bring it back down, let's say to us and what we're going through this week, as this is for your Soul's Evolution weekly, kind of like, what you've been going through or could be going through. So where have you been feeling that you really have to let go of the old ways and come in and trust your own needs, your own way forward? Yes, you want to tend to other people's needs and you want, that equilibrium, but where has that tension? Have you been sensing that tension, Jess? Where's that, like, what insights are coming to you
Yeah.
about this?
I feel like I've noticed a little bit of like with the giving and receiving, like, and thinking, how can I give more? But it's like giving in a way that feels good, that feels in alignment.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I've gotten better at it this year where when I feel like, oh, I should do this or I should do that or help with this, like kind of taking a moment to pause and say, okay, is this an old pattern? Am I doing this out of like obligation? Does it feel yucky?
Yep.
Or is it like, does it feel good? Does it feel like,
Yes.
yes, this is how I can be of service? Um, so yeah, and I think that that's been coming up for me lately too, like this whole year, but it's kind of like come up more the last few days, I feel like. So
Yeah, I love the point you bring. And again, let us know in the comments if this is something you're going through, that like tension point, but I've definitely been feeling it too, Jess. And it's not easy. It feels like it's pretty deep. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I know I see what's coming up with the full moon in Aries, and Aries is about your sense of self, your self-direction, your self-knowing, and your internal desire to move forward with what you want now, right? And that Venus energy wants us to have a look at what we value now. What are you valuing? And then that, anyway, I know I give a lot of aspects, but it's for you to start learning a little bit too around the astrology. But that full moon will be conjunct Chiron. And Chiron is there like the biggest wounds, that we've been carrying in this lifetime. So, when I talk about, and Jess talks about the change that is coming, it's big, it's deep. This could be felt on a really deeply emotional level, and it most likely will. So I feel that just it's everything, like we were saying at the beginning, we're juggling so much and we're trying to find balance. Well, we're trying to find balance within our emotional state, within our mental states. Libra is a mental energy. Okay. And Aries is that fire energy there that wants to come through. And so we just have to balance everything out, like kind of like the mind, body, and spirit right now. And it feels like it's a lot. So not only do we have maybe a lot going on in our physical realities where we got to get things done, we're also trying to like balance everything out from a spiritual, emotional, psychological level almost, I feel.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're gonna leave it at that for this week, unless I pull just one more card from the animal deck, which I forgot to do last week. So I'll do that, kind of like a little extra information for our week um as we navigate these energies of finding more equilibrium in the way, we're meant to really, yeah, balance out the needs that we have and allow other people to be responsible. Like that's that Libra, allowing the other to be responsible too for their own, finding their own balance, right? We're not responsible for other people's choices, emotions, desires, Okay, here it is. Wow. Owl spirit with you see clearly now. I have a feeling after this week, things will become more clear around the changes, around where you need balance in your life, within your relationships, especially because, Libra is about finding our own stability within so that we can go out and relate to other people and have, relationships that actually, like just say, feel good, that you want to be of service and you want to have that give and take relationship. So I feel that you see clearly now where things are out of balance, what needs to be done this week, and how you can take care of yourself through it all. What about you, Jess? What's coming up before we leave them?
I know. I was thinking, I feel like too, like it does feel like within this next week, like we're gonna have a little more insight into that unknown. Like even if it's just like that aha moment or being able to change a perspective, see something differently. Yeah, that's kind of what came to me too when you pulled that card. So that's always good. That always those types of messages really I find help me to just go like, okay, I can keep trusting, I can keep having the faith. Let's do this. So
Yes, love it. All right, so we are wishing you a great week. Hopefully you found some value in this message today, something that resonates and helps you move forward in your own soul's direction as you do your own internal work. And Justin, I would love to invite you to look at the notes below this video if you'd like more information on supporting you in your soul's direction and really clarifying your own intentions of how you're meant to move forward. And we do that through a wonderful membership program that you can have all the details below. And was there anything else that I'm missing for now? Nope, but we will be on soon, so keep an eye out because I feel that we're going through some see clearly now as of today, and we'll have more details for you as that comes through. All right, everybody, we're wishing you a great week and we'll talk to you soon. Lots of love and flow to you guys.
Bye.